Flexible workspace major WeWork is moving into Chennai with a 1.3 lakh square foot property. Joining us now, Karan Virwani, the CEO. Thank you very much, Karan, for your time. Is Chennai the new hotspot for flexible workspace?
Thank you for having me. Chennai is a good city for us to now expand in. We are seeing that there is demand for GCCs, for manufacturing companies, as well as a lot of startups in Chennai that hopefully will look at taking space. In the last 2 years, Chennai has doubled its office absorption, and now we think it's a great time for us to enter so that we can have multiple locations in the city.
This one is at Olympia Cyberspace. And yes, tell us about the trends now.
What we're seeing and what we've seen post-COVID is a complete adoption towards flexible workspaces as a primary way of operating for most companies. Especially if you're a small, mid, or a growing enterprise, it makes a lot of sense to have the variability, the flexibility, and also the ability of an expert who knows how to operate your space so that you can actually focus on what you're building and what you're good at. And sustainability, health and safety has become another trend that a lot of companies are looking for in the workspace that they're providing. And then finally, some amount of technology and ease of using the workspace or operating in the space. So we think these are 3 or 4 big trends that are definitely driving the demand at this point in time.
Your target would be large corporates or startups in Chennai.
So about 80% of our member mix is usually large enterprises. These are multinational companies, top-tier Indian businesses, top-tier Indian startups. And then about 20% would be mid MSMEs and SMBs, which could be of various different sizes. And that is just a reflection of what happens in commercial leasing across the country.
Is there a sharp growth or demand for flexible working space after COVID?
100%. I think COVID was a near-death situation and then ended up becoming a tailwind for the industry. And multiple operators like us have also grown in the last 3 years, where customers are really seeing the value of what we're providing and the spaces that we end up sort of having them come into. And we think that this is going to continue for at least the next decade.
Cities wise, in terms of growth markets, which are the ones?
Chennai, Hyderabad, and Pune would be growth markets for us, and then Bangalore, Mumbai, and Gurgaon or NCR, continue to be markets where we're already reached certain scale and will scale a bit more.
Give us the larger picture for the flexible working space in India, the potential and projections.
So currently, flex as a percentage of the entire commercial real estate is only about 8 odd percent. We think that grows anywhere between 20 to 30%. It's only increasing. Each year we're surprised with how much demand and what type of companies are now considering us as an option. So I think that over the next, let's say 5 years, we could easily get closer to around 150 to 200 million square foot in the market.
In terms of market share, you're still not number one, but in terms of revenue, in terms of profits, you say you're number one. What's your USP in that sense?
I think that so it's not that we're not number one. We are. There are few players that are of similar size when it comes to square footage, but we play in the mid to premium segment of the market. Our pricing is a lot different, and so is the quality of our product, and that has allowed us to have almost double the revenue and double the profit of any other business in the space.
And what's the current trend in terms of the area of workspace for every desk under flexible workspace?
Yeah, typically we offer, operate anywhere between 60 to 70 square foot per RSF or per leasable square foot per desk.
It used to be 95. Is it too less now?
I don't think, if you look at the space around you, it's coupled with a lot of common areas and meeting rooms. So there is never feeling that it is too dense. And we offer, spaces that I think no one else is offering, and the kind of working styles that we have in our space no one else offers.
Composition wise, who constitute the bulk of your clients?
80% of our members are large enterprises, like I said. 20% would be medium-sized businesses and SMEs.
Lastly, why do youngsters in particular prefer this kind of a workspace than a traditional high-rise corporate office kind of an ambience?
We operate in high rises also across the country. I think that India itself is a generally young workforce. Average age of the workforce in India is about 29 to 30 years old. I think this generation or even generations to come want more of a social element in their workspace. They want to have the ability to meet new people and be in an environment that they enjoy being at for 10 hours in the day, rather than a space where they feel hated about going to the office even. So when you enter our spaces, when you come into our spaces, you feel a jolt of energy. You feel like you're in a much better design space. You feel more productive because you're around entrepreneurs and businesses that are also building and going through challenges and wins around you. And we've seen people find their life partners. We've seen people find their new co-founders, vendors, buyers of their product, and a much more dynamic work environment and a more hybrid sort of work setting is the future of work.
Thank you, Karan, for your time. That was Karan Virwani, the CEO of WeWork Flexible Working Space as they move into Chennai. In Chennai, with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find TV.